Hello there, my name is Rachel. I can talk about animation, and today we talk about episode 3 of Murder Machine. This episode sort of continued what left off of episode 2. That sort of Uzi sort of reflecting what actually happened on the last episode, that she sort of kind of froze, freaked out, and all the murder drones was killed by this ultimate murder drone, and she doesn't really understand what actually happened, especially destroy the ultimate murder drone. At least, and soon, and this later on, you find out this ultimate murder drone just sort of adapted, changed, and becomes someone else. On top of all this, N and G actually find out they have memories about sort of an old house. They were maybe servants, but they're sort of blurred. They just don't remember. In fact, both of them know they have memories, but they're just sort of glimpses of their memories. And G is sort of ignoring and sort of pretending those memories doesn't exist, and N trying to convince her to just listen to the situation they're actually in, and trying to maybe understand what the reason why they're there now. But let me just focus more on Uzi, that she's trying to connect everything. Like, she realizing more murder drones actually are disappearing and not finding their bodies. So her father kicked in, took all the paperwork, and left it into dry to just get out of your own head and live your life. In a way, yeah, I can see why, because how she is becoming more distant, but at the same time, she's not really explaining her father that she is sort of dealing with so many things, all different fronts, that she doesn't know how to deal with it. But at the same time, her father never been there. It's kind of hard to heed to listen to her, the type of situation she's really in. But a little bit, her father attempted to force her to go to a prom and ask her teacher to bring some students so she could drag her to the prom. But even worse, her basically the worst enemies of Ashley Uzi, and how Uzi started dealing with it. But interestingly enough, one of the most popular kids who actually forcing Uzi to go in a prom is actually the sort of the ultimate drone, that she is basically waiting the perfect time to kill Uzi, and if you find out later on, she actually are eating them. Honestly, nobody knows why she's eating them. In fact, the other murder drones don't need to do that to actually fight. Not even the special murder drones, G and N, don't actually do that, and that's sort of fascinating, because the more try to defeat her, break her apart, she regenerates, but she needs more food. And G and never actually do that or need to, they just regenerate. And that's sort of interesting, what her makes it so dangerous and special. And also, Uzi actually pointed out something very interesting. They sort of find out she wants to start something in the colony, but we don't know what. She just sort of have hunches. But because G got Tricky Finger and kind of destroyed her, they lose basically most of her memories. At least that's what they assume, because they still don't understand that the ultimate murder drone can reappear and can regenerate over and over again. Almost like she is unkillable. But G and Uzi don't really understand that. Especially when you found this ultimate murder drone actually has a sort of a special ability to teleport, hack, and rechange items willingly. But I love even more that Uzi can kind of do the same thing. You always have the same sort of digital hacking network that have the same programming. But literally enough, the ultimate murder drone feel pity for Uzi, because how she sort of said the specific words. She feels sad for her. She got the worst of it, but Uzi didn't understand, or no one really understand what she meant, because it seems the ultimate murder drone is the only one who maybe have all the memories and the situation where everybody find each other, and that once again she want to start something in the whole community. I love it. Interesting enough, the whole episode ends is the fact they bring out new characters. They're basically the generators of murder machines. That one supposed to be cleaning up everything, not one but two, and yet we don't know their full names, but you know they sent her to the business people to finish the job. And that's the fascinating thing, especially how everything's just fall apart. Like, her father, specifically the father of Uzi, realizing maybe she was right, maybe he wasn't there what she needed her, especially realizing everything is falling apart. Instead of goo, gore, violence. Yeah, I almost felt like watching Carrie now, where it's a horror kind of icon, the one about a prom, and if they go blood, but instead becoming human, they're all robots. It's one of the things that was sort of interesting, fun to see all this sort of lore. I mean, a little bit of lore. I'm still not sure why the Ultimate Merger want to start it, but I'm more interested and more invested now more than ever because I want to see what happens, especially why G doesn't want it to open up, especially with N. N trying to explain to her the situation and how she is sort of wants to be in denial for a little bit more because I feel she knows a little bit more than N. Almost like she's hiding something that, or not hiding, more specific, scared of something that she doesn't do her job. She probably be limited. It seems to me that, but at the same time, how she says sort of words like she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to open all wounds. Like she's maybe have the full memories, not bit by bits. But once again, anything can happen in the next episode. The gore, violence, and tragedy, it's just fascinating and also funny, especially all the sort of dark humor this series delivers. Now I have one question. How you felt about this episode? Do you like it? Do you hate it? You feel it needed more? Or you feel it was just perfect? Especially all the three characters becoming as one unit because and realize all three of them need their help, especially how N is sort of falling in love with Uzi, and Uzi maybe falling in love with N, and she's trying to push him away because how much kind of thing she's dealing, and she doesn't want to add another thing. That's completely understandable, and N doesn't really understand the situation. But once again, it's sort of fascinating how all three of them work so well, especially how G doesn't really want to work with N or Uzi, she want to just do her job and realizing maybe they need to work. Maybe she needs to stop being offensive and work as a team. But luckily, you see how good a team they actually are. Unfortunately, they technically couldn't kill the alternate bot machine, even if it happened that cliffhanger that she maybe shoot Uzi or N. Hoping they don't. Maybe they did, but not fully injured. I don't know you. What do you think? You think N is dead? Or Uzi is dead, or just injured? Tell me down below, let me know. Honestly, I got really nothing else to say, just I'm hyped for the next episode, and I got nothing, just one question, how you felt about this? I got nothing else to say. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.